Hello and welcome back to the final armor set breakdown as of the 30th of September. The new patch out comes later tomorrow for me, so if there's any new surprises I'll be sure to keep you updated there. Today we'll be taking a look at the Spider armor set. Please do leave a positive rating if you found this video useful, and let's get into it. First off, we're looking at the damage resistance. With no armour on, we take about 75% of our maximum health as damage by the Orb Weaver's one-handed strike. We can tell it's 75% by breaking down the health bar into 25 segments, with each segment representing about 4% of the whole. We can then break down each segment evenly. After equipping the Spider set, we then get hit by the same attack and receive around 44% of our maximum health as damage, meaning that after we put on the Spider set we've taken 31% less damage than no armour at all. I feel this is pretty good mid-ground considering the perk and the set bonus combinations we get in exchange. Speaking of, let's have a look at the set bonus. I had quite a bit of trouble figuring this one out and actually had to Google it to see what other people were saying. The game simply calls it Hunter's Prowess, and it states that your body recycles energy more efficiently. Probably the most cryptic bonus description there is in the game. Now, most posts online seem to suggest that this is just hyper stamina. Now, after testing it I found that I actually had no idea how it works, but to put it in a simple statement, it causes your stamina to regenerate faster. But this is where it gets weird. Take a look at this. Here you can see that I've lined up these three clips. The far left is me completely unarmoured, the one on the right is wearing just the Might Hat, and the last one on the right is wearing the full Spider set. I use a mint mallet to get my stamina down as fast as possible, and here you can see the same three clips with just the stamina bar on display. Yeah, that's weird, right? Let me show you the breakdown to show you just how weird it is. So just to help show you how I'm testing it, here is where I started the test. I aligned all the clips in the video editor just like this. The frame after this, the bars turn from grey to blue, indicating that stamina regeneration has started. One thing I did notice was that each segment was ever so slightly different, and they got bigger going from left to right. I made sure that this was not an editing mistake, and I also checked to see if we were given a hidden bonus to our max stamina, but I still only managed to punch 20 times before running out of juice, and that is the standard amount. At this point I cannot explain the differentiations in the segment sizes, but let's carry on. You can see that as the regeneration starts it looks pretty even, but as soon as we get into the mid sections of the regeneration it leans heavily in the far right's favour. However, as we start to approach full stamina, as soon as the right is full, the other two barely have anything left to fill. So the Spider set does increase stamina regeneration, but only the middle part? I have absolutely no idea what's going on under the hood, but if you're the kind of person that waits for full stamina, then this bonus is completely worthless to you. I can maybe see this being useful if you're trying to run away from something and you're having to sprint again before the stamina bar is full, but apart from that, I have absolutely no idea where this would be useful. Conclusive statement? Hunter's Prowess gives you faster initial acceleration to your stamina's regeneration. I'm personally not a fan of this, as I would have liked to have seen something that revolves more around the spider, something like increased poison damage or a chance at extra parts when you harvest dead insects. Moving on, we have the perk bonuses to talk about. Each spider armor piece gives you a perk called the Quickness, and when we look up what that means in the in-game operating system, it says that we run faster, but just how much faster are we talking? Here you can see that I set up a railway to ensure a flat surface and a guidance line to avoid any swaying while you run. From left to right we have no armor, aphid slippers only, full spider set, and then a spider set with aphid slippers combo, because that is the fastest in the game and that's been known for quite a while. I've measured this speed in two ways. One is the start to end time of this little 100 centimeter sprint I made, and the second is a centimeters per second type thing. I'll be comparing the results from both to test both validities. The problem with the centimeter per second test is that, as you can see here, the game doesn't give you in-game decimals. So after 1 second we have very basic information to work with. Here you can see that after 1 second they moved 6, 7, 8 and 9 centimeters a second respectively. To get a more accurate reading, I added 10 seconds instead of 1 and then divided the distance by 10 to get a more accurate reading. Here are the results. Here you can see the normal movement travel speed is exactly 6 centimeters per second. This is how fast you move, just as standard in grounded. The aphid slippers bumped up by 0.1, so I've assumed that this is a human error and I rounded it back down to 7, making no change. The spider set fell from 0.1 and likewise I assumed this was an error and rounded it to 8, making no change. The spider and the slipper set however changed from 9 to an 8.6, which I then rounded to an 8.5. Therefore, with the results of the centimeters per second test, we've concluded that the aphid slippers provide a 15% boost, the spider set gives a 30% speed boost, presumably 10% per armor piece, and the spider slipper combo provides a 40% speed boost. Now, as neat and tidy as this looks, I'll be testing it again, this time by taking the duration of each run in seconds, comparing them to one another. Once a difference has been found, I'll then find out what difference that is in terms of percent to the duration of the original unarmored run. If this is getting too complicated, don't worry, just take the previously mentioned values and jog merrily on to the next section. Okay, so the original unarmored run is 986 seconds long, and we'll be using this as a baseline for our comparison. First up for comparison is the slippers. The slipper run only took 825 seconds, therefore 825 is 161 seconds faster than 986. So how much percent is 161 seconds equivalent to? The closest we could get to 161 as a percentage value with no decimal point is 16%. Therefore I'm happy to confirm that the aphid slippers for sure gives 15% speed boost. Hopefully now that we've gone through at least one example, this is starting to clear up a little bit. Next we're comparing the spider run set. Again, the unarmored run took 986 seconds to complete. The spider set run only took 744 seconds to complete. Therefore, the spider set run is 242 seconds faster than the unarmored run. But how much percent is 242 inside of 986? The closest we could get to 242 as a percentage value is 25%, and this is enough of a difference between 25% and 30% that I'm happy to change my findings on the previous section so that the spider set gives a 25% speed boost, with each piece providing around an 8% speed boost. Finally, we're looking at the slipper spider combo. Once more, the unarmored run was 986 seconds. The spider slipper combo only took 684 seconds to complete, and so the difference in time is 304 seconds, but how much percent is 304 seconds inside of 986? Well, the closest we could get without a decimal point as a percentage value is 31%. Now, due to the accuracy of this test, I am more than confident in saying that the spider slipper combo is a 30% speed boost, not 40%. Now to give you a much cleaner view at the conclusion. First of all, I just want to say I'm really sorry that I couldn't provide a more concrete answer about the set bonus here. I would have absolutely loved to have given you a better one, and I'd love to see what the devs would have to say as to what this was supposed to do. But I'm finally glad I got around to testing the speeds properly, and I hope you enjoyed the extra information about the slippers. But looking at the set as a whole, the spider set gives you more aggressive stamina regeneration, but it gives you the faster acceleration but maximum top speed phenomenon that we saw earlier, and it also gives you a movement speed of 8% per piece. The slippers increase your movement speed by 15%, and a fun fact I figured out whilst writing this was that 15% plus 8 plus 8 is 31, which is close enough to 30 that it gives the 2 spider 1 slipper total even more credit. Well, thank you ever so much for sticking around for this series and especially this video, and I really hope this breakdown made at least a little bit of sense to you. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, please don't forget to leave a rating before you go, and take care guys.